do you know that what's happening right now isn't like a medical breakthrough? How do you know it is a mental illness to be eradicated?
Yeah, 5,000 years of recorded history and common sense that men can't
But
give
back
birth.
in history, were there not like skeletons being dug up with female artifacts around them? Were there not sculptures of two married women? I mean, it's been a thing forever. It's been, transgenderism,
Let's play
anything
this out.
LGBTQ.
So how do I know that biological reality is true?
I'm
Chromosomes.
not arguing about biological reality.
Yeah, my chromosomes instruct my opinion first and foremost. So XX, XY chromosomes, and I reject the term gender. Actually, it's sex.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nasima.
I'm Ella.
And we're back again on our channel and another episode of the transgender rights, and the Democrats' rights. So we're going to talk about, let's first of all have a first preview. What are your intake on the gender and transgender rights? Do you think they have a right to transition to whatever they want to transition to? Do you think that they have a right to compete with the opposite gender? Or do you think that they're actually right? Or do you think that they're actually wrong?
All right, hey, so I know you're buddy-buddy with Michael Knowles. Recently, he said the phrase, quote, we should eradicate transgenderism. And
that is correct. Yeah, you got it right.
So I know you
From
agree with
public
him.
life, yeah.
I know you agree with him on some level. How would you go about that? How do you eliminate transgenderism without eliminating transgenders?
Guys, okay, I warned you about this. I love the passion. Let the process play out, okay? Jeez. So specifically, he said transgenderism, right, which is an ideology, and he said
they're intertwined, like Judaism and Jewish people, like.
Well, hold on. He said from public life, okay? So, yeah, that's not the best example. Just don't use that one. But let me kind of zero in on this. Yeah, I do agree with it 100%. The best way is that we should not be platforming or acting as if a mental delusion is normal, good for children, or something that is acceptable in decent society.
So, in what way is it? Okay, so throughout history, we've had these medical breakthroughs where we learn that things are just like how people are, you know. Who's to say that somebody is not born the wrong gender? Like, what is there? So I'm
Do it
just
again,
asking,
we're going to have to kick you out. Please don't interrupt.
how do you know that what's happening right now isn't like a medical breakthrough? How do you know it is a mental illness to be eradicated?
Yeah, 5,000 years of recorded history and common sense that men can't
But
give
back
birth.
in history, were there not like skeletons being dug up with female artifacts around them? Were there not sculptures of two married women? I mean, it's been a thing forever. It's been, transgenderism,
Let's
anything
play this out.
LGBTQ.
So how do I know that biological reality is true? Chromosomes.
I'm not arguing about biological reality.
Yeah, my chromosomes instruct my opinion first and foremost. So XX, XY chromosomes, and I reject the term gender. Actually, it's sex, and you have a sex at birth, and you cannot change that. So let me just kind of ask a question. Medical advancements, the medical community can be very wrong. We used to do lobotomies, and I'm glad we stopped doing that. So doctors have been wrong before, and in fact, doctors have been wrong about a lot of things over the last 100 years. And in fact, if all of a sudden the medical consensus from the AMA, which is headquartered right down the street, by the way, is that we have to have these pediatric gender-affirming reassignment clinics that have breast reduction surgery or literally mastectomies for 12 or 13-year-olds to then assign them Lupron, estrogen, and testosterone treatment for somebody that might just be going through puberty and having anxiousness and unease, I'm probably going to call that
what we are saying. Okay, so now let's even say this. So in the debate that he was talking about, and this Erin person started making me to let's even talk about what he studies, that what do you mean by trans youths can transition to whatever they want to transition to? It doesn't make sense at all, because, and according to them, they are saying that the more you study about transitioning and transgender, and you can transit to whatever you want to transit to, it means that there will be lower suicide rates. And also, I don't think on the surface it sounds that convincing, because
Suicide
why do
rates.
you want to kill yourself because you're a boy? Why do you want to kill yourself because you're a biological girl? Did I tell? And according to what he was saying, that girls and boys are born, and you might not be happy with what you are, and you might want to transition to what you want. And how do you know you're a boy? How do you know you're a girl? Like, how do you know you're truly a boy?
I
How do you
think
know?
all this begins from environment,
Yeah,
the
I think
family
so.
background,
Yes.
the kind of friends, kind of relationship you keep. You can't start like thinking of, oh, I'm not happy of being a boy. I'm not happy being a girl. Like,
To me, I feel it's a mental illness, because you cannot
yeah,
just sit down and just
delusion.
think,
Yeah.
oh, you know what, I want to be a boy, I want to be. And also another thing that I absolutely hate, and just I'm not in for it, is them accepting or advocating for young kids, 12 years old, 13 years old, because they're going through puberty, and you feel like, oh, okay, I don't like the way my body is shaped, I want to become a man. I don't like the way I'm tall, I don't like the way I'm short, I want to become a woman. I feel soft, I cry a lot, I feel like I act like a woman. I want, of course, yeah, we have feminine men that like to, be a little soft and feminine, but that doesn't mean that God did a mistake in making you a girl or a boy. And because you're the lady, you feel like you're a tomboy, or you're more of masculine, you're more masculine, you like to put on men's clothes, automatically you want to go to the doctor and change everything about you. That is a life threatening, and I believe that it is going to be a regretful experience, because if you make that mistake, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. That is what I believe. But what do you think?
I feel it starts from the environment,
Mm-hmm.
the family of the person.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on where you grow. So I feel you bringing up your child, the child gets to a certain age, and it's supposed to reach puberty now, 12 years, 13 years. The way you present yourself towards your child, like the way you allow your child dress right from childhood.
Yes.
Like imagine me putting on my female daughter, my daughter, wearing her man's clothes. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Showing her sort of stuff
Yeah.
that for guys. Oh, she'll grow up and start
Yes,
liking guys stuff.
definitely.
So when the puberty comes, she will start feeling it strange. She'll say, "Mommy,
Yeah.
you didn't like
Yeah.
tell me." Like,
And
she start
for
feeling
things
it.
like this, kids, I think around their teenage age, because of those hormones attacking them, those testosterone and everything attacking them, they don't know. They're confused. I feel it's up to the parents.
Adolescent stage is the more like scariest
Like,
like phase of life. So
yes, I totally
you
agree.
make different decisions. So I feel that's what's causing
Yeah,
all
I
these
totally agree,
things. Yeah.
because when I was young, I think I had this I was more of a skinny person.
Okay.
So I used to get like laughed at, like, oh, because I'm hairy. They're like, oh, you're a man. Don't you think you should be
Yeah.
a man? You look like a man. Look at all your hair on your body. You look like some even compared me to a wolf because I have hair on my body.
Yeah.
So imagine this happened now, and then the next thing, the one of the last things that should ever come to my mind is, you know what? Since they said I have hair like a wolf, let me become a wolf.
Wolf, yeah.
Or because they said I look like a man, I don't want to have breasts again. I don't want to have my private areas anymore. I want to have a man's private area. I want to have beards.
Like me, I was growing beards plenty more than this. So they were like telling me that, oh, like I look like a man when I was growing up. But I did not ever have that idea. Like,
yeah, it
of
is up
turning
to
into a
our
man,
parents.
because
Yeah,
I feel like educations, like learning every day, and your parents, people around you helps a lot.
yeah.
So it was from people around me I learned that, oh, sometimes you can have some male sex hormones like androgenal.
yes.
That is a normal thing. It's not something you should be
You
worried
shouldn't even
about.
be. You shouldn't
Yeah.
feel bad about it,
Yeah, you
because you
shouldn't
were
feel
not.
bad
You didn't
about
choose
it.
to be born that way. You didn't choose to have that. That doesn't change the fact that you're a woman or a man. That doesn't give you enough. I don't know. I don't even know. But I think it is this transgender LGBTQ movement that keeps convincing these kids that you can be whoever you want to be. And I feel like, in fact, the community, the TikTok community, the social media platforms should start canceling these programs.
I
Start
think
canceling these people from
parents
advocating for this.
parents are part of the
The
problem
major
here,
part
because
of it.
imagine me being born into a family that my mom is already like transgender, or my dad, like me growing up, then my dad decided to become a woman.
You're just gonna get confused
So
because
I
are you a
feel
man
like
or a woman?
I want to become like my daddy. Like,
It's
That doctor a fraud, and any person with common sense should do that too.
Okay, super quick. Last thing. So, my main question was
Sure.
about the term eradicate
Yeah, sure. So
transgenderism.
can I give you some examples?
Yeah, sure.
We shouldn't teach it in our schools. We also shouldn't allow men to compete against women in NCAA sports.
yes.
Okay?
What about the people who are transgender that have converted, are currently
How about this?
transgender?
So why
Would you
couldn't-
forcefully detransition them,
Yeah, how
or
about
what's the plan?
why couldn't Thomas still compete against men despite his mental delusion? Why do we have to reaccommodate all female sports for a single individual that obviously has an advantage with bone density and testosterone production? Why is it now our problem? Why does society have to reorganize and reconfigure for one very loud, obviously disturbed person? Wouldn't it be more fair to say, okay, you have a problem, so keep competing in the category that you were born to? You can still wear whatever you want, I guess, and dress and do the treatments you want, but since you're such an excellent swimmer, go swim against boys. Oh, because he's a narcissist and he used to finish 200 against boys, and when he competes against girls, he wins the championship because he's a cheat. Because it's all about him, not about the competition or about fairness.
Okay, I mean, that's all I was wondering. Thanks.
Honestly, if you are against Charles Kirk, something is wrong with you.
yeah.
Honestly, if you're against him, if you don't see his point, if you don't understand what he's talking about, if you don't make sense out of what he's saying, something is definitely fundamentally wrong with you. I'm sorry to say, because why is a man, whatever, that transitioned to a woman competing against women? You're a biological man with chromosomes of X. You have, men and women. There's a reason why God created us differently. A man is born stronger, more, more bigger, in a more masculine way. Has deep voice, has the chest, the build, the strength. That's why we need men to help us live
God created
powerful
the man
things
first.
before woman. And there's a reason why this happened. Why is a man coming to compete with a woman? What he's saying is, I'm not against you changing to whatever you want to change to. You can become whoever you want to become, but don't use it
getting
to.
too far.
Yeah, don't
Them
use it to
opening
infect. Don't use it to
yeah.
affect us. Don't use it to disturb how the world
them
revolves.
opening a pediatric clinic for those like children
Exactly.
undergoing changes during
Yes, don't advocate for kids to
their
become.
kids.
Let them become adults first before they can decide on who they want to become. Why should we invest or is it feast on the kids' mind and
Yeah.
poison their minds on what we want them to become?
Why would they be even teaching about transgender in college? Why?
Why? It's not necessary. It is
In
a social
college.
thing that you might decide to become.
It's
just
wrong.
it's just like, for example, you want to put on makeup, but let's say you don't feel like putting on makeup. Let them choose what they want to become. If I decide that, okay, at the age of 24, 25, I want to become a man, that is up to me. I have the total rights, and I'm not under anybody. I'm not a minor. I can do whatever I
I
want.
think this guy is asking if they are going to eradicate the people like
It
those that
is not
transgender.
eradicatable. We cannot kill them. We
Yeah.
cannot put them in prison or something. In sports, that is not their gender.
Yeah.
Stop it in schools. Stop allow them to be a part of our lives that we don't want. I'm not saying they cannot go to church. I'm not saying they shouldn't go to school. I'm not saying they shouldn't go to restaurants or something. But all I'm saying is they should not participate in things like competition. They should not be lecturers that are lecturing about what they want and what they feel. They should not be among they should not even be among the politics or the parliament. What are you doing there? You mean so you're obviously in the parliament just because you want to advocate for your what you think about your mental illness, and that is selfishness. It is not, it's all about what you want and not about, because in everything we do, we also always have to do one thing. We always have to remember one thing: majority carries the vote, and we always have to think for the majority. We always have to think for the people. So if you're really, really, really sure about what you're becoming, you're really, really sure about what you want to do it in your own bedroom, do it in your own space. Don't use it to disturb other people.
Yeah.
Don't, especially the children, especially minors, you should not poison their minds and make them think that, oh, you know what, I'm growing. I get bullied a lot because of I have a strong leg.
Yeah.
I want to become a man. I get bullied because of the way I walk and all of that. I want to become a woman. Let's even keep the bully aside. You just sleep and wake up and you feel like, because I watched the movie, I like the way he walked, I want to become a man. I like the way
the doctors don't tell them the truth.
Yes, and also we should
will
also
regret
caution
it
doctors
old
as
age.
well.
They will regret it.
That is a very, very smart idea that
They
you
will
brought.
regret it.
Yes,
Old
we
age.
should stop allowing doctors to make crazy surgeries for opposite genders that want to transition.
Yeah.
That is one of the ways that we can stop it. We cannot, even if they've already, most people, or some people in America have already transitioned. You know, we don't even know who is man or who is woman anymore. We don't know anything anymore. We should try and keep them in their community.
Okay.
Let them not be involved in competitions or things that have to do with the way the world revolves.
For them to see that this is wrong is when, the doctor you can't undergo that surgery and just stay like that. You have to be going
Continuously.
continuously.
Yes.
So it's bad.
It is, but even if it is bad, and they don't see it as bad, and we're not even ready, or we are not even in the right position to advise them, you know what, this thing is not good, it's not good. Let's say they've even done the damage already. Don't use your problem to disturb me. Don't use your problem to disturb the country. Don't use whatever stupid mentality is in your head to come and impose it on us and force us to like what you want and force us to advocate for what you want.
I think it's getting too much.
It is too much. It is
too
choking.
much.
We were trying to manage, gayism and lesbianism, but now you're bringing transgender. You're bringing transgender into
even bringing
different
up to the kids, like kids that are growing up.
And no problem then. It means that I'm tired of spending money. I'm tired of paying bills. I want to transgender into money. I want to transgender into items. That is what this crazy thing is turning into. Anyways, I'm totally in support of what Charles Kirk is saying. I'm totally in support of what he's saying. I'm totally in support of what the point he has given on how to stop it and eradicate it.
I'm in support of what Trump wants.
I'm in support of it as well. I don't see anything wrong with what the Republicans want. I don't see anything wrong with it. But anyways, if you all have your opinions, your questions, and your thoughts, please kindly drop it in the comment section. Kindly also don't forget to kindly share, like, and subscribe. When you subscribe, when you comment more, we're able to understand your view and we'll be able to talk about it on our next episode. My name is Nasima once again.
I'm Ella.
Bye.